This next question that we got, we don't normally do these, like, help me, like, make a judgment call here. But this one just baked my noodle so hard, I had to include it because I want to know what you guys think.
Oh, yeah. This is an important subject.
Justin, would you please read the question? I would read it, but I think that would weird people out because it's just not what we do.
At a gaming convention last summer.
A what?
I needed a gaming convention last summer. I needed to quickly grab lunch between panels I was moderating. The line at the food truck was huge, so I walked to the person who was first in line and offered to pay them for their meal if they ordered for me too. Ugh! My friend says this was the same as cutting in line and was bad. I think it's more like Postmates, where I paid someone to get lunch for me, but on the other hand, I recognize that this increased the wait in line for the time it would take to cook my order. I'm worried my friend might be right. They are. So I haven't done this since then. Brothers, was I cutting in line or no? And that's from Genuinely Concerned at Gen Con.
Yes, this was bad. Can we?
Obviously
bad.
You've run the numbers already. You know it was bad.
But
you've run the numbers.
Can we tweak it? Can we tweak reality just a little bit? I got one of Thanos' cool stones, and I snap my fingers, and the thing changes. Okay. What if instead of going to the person in the front of the line and saying like, "Hey, it's like Postmates. You work for me now." Instead of that, what if your buddy is like in the middle of the line or close to the front of the line? You're like, "Ooh, shit. Hey, can you go ahead and get me a burrito too?" Is that bad?
No. This is what I'm saying. I don't think this is bad. I think what it is it's revolutionary. And sometimes when something is revolutionary, it can seem bad. It can seem scary at the time. But then we look back on it in the future and it's like, wow, on that day, they changed the game of ordering at food trucks. Now, here's the problem. If everyone starts to do this, there's going to be one person in line who's ordering 500 meals.
Yeah, and the 500th person's going to have to get stuck with the bill, which is too bad.
Have you guys noticed that I my hat does go off to this person in one regard, that I have found with food trucks that you are either ordering and getting your food in like a few minutes, or spending a good amount of your life and missing your daughter's high school graduation as you wait for a slimy taco. Have you noticed this? Like, there's an immense amount of variability in food truck speed that we've all just decided to accept.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the deal? Can you say it like that? Can you do it again, Justin, but do it like, what is the deal with food truck?
What is the deal with food truck? Jerry never got to do that. Do you ever think about the jokes that Seinfeld didn't get to do?
Oh, I bet he'd have some stuff to say.
I bet he'd have some fun with that.
What? No, but can I just say, but for real, guys, what is the deal with food trucks?
Is it a car? This sucks. It's obviously cutsies if you put your body in the line.
Yes.
But it's like psychic cutsies if you just put your desires in the line.
I would argue that it's only cutsies if you are adding one more sale between, like, if someone said I'm going to get a burrito, right? And someone walked up and said, make it 2 burritos. The order time is the same. Now, if someone said, I'm going to get a burrito, and they said, cool, let me step in behind you, and I too am going to get a
Travis,
burrito.
this is obviously, obviously.
Right.
Obviously. We're talking about the other thing.
I have a new plan. Stand at the front of the line with a stack of 20 US dollar bills.
Uh-huh.
As people have received their order, in the moment, in the flush of victory upon receiving their order, you offer to buy, hey, can I have 3 chips?
Oh.
Can I just have 3 chips for this $1 bill? You won't want those 3 chips by the time you're done consuming your dish. Mm-hmm. Just give me 3 chips. And then I think you can just sort of
give me one bite of your burrito.
It's like food antiquing. You're just getting a little bit off the top. You're at the sampler table.
You're getting your points on the back end.
Exactly. Hey, here's the deal. I'll stand in line with you and massage your back. I'm just going to need 10 points on that burrito.
And merch rights.
Merch rights to that burrito. Did I say merch? I meant munch rights on your burrito. Just 3 chips.
I'll make you can have the first bite because I know how that I wouldn't like it, but I get the second.
Slice me off 1/5 of that Kit Kat bar, and I
Break me
will
off
give
a
you
well-measured
50
piece
cents.
of that Kit Kat bar.
Now,
I'm off to dessert now.
now, you don't want my mouth on your food? That's fine. I got 2 buckets here. One's full of quarters. One's about to be full of little slices of food that my new friends whittle off into it. And then there's a third bucket. That's for cleaning the other 2 buckets. Don't look at that bucket. It gets so fucking nasty. And don't put the food in the quarters one. I don't want that metal stink all over my falafel. This is time theft. Don't fucking do it.
I think it's fine.
Don't do it. Your friend was right. Don't do it.
I think your friend is just afraid of the change you've made in the world, the ripple that you've begun.
The bad ripple. The ripple of people getting their
maybe,
food slower 'cause
Justin,
you're a doofus.
Maybe it's bad, maybe it's not. Sometimes change is
It
scary.
is. We are fucking hanging on by a thread. We are hanging on by a thread. And waiting in line for food is like ground level society. Do not start dismantling what little fabric we have left as a people. Wait in line for your fucking churro and then get it like everybody else, okay? We're hanging on by a fucking thread and we're all just going to wait in line and enjoy our burritos, all right?
All right. You know what? You've convinced me, Justin.
What if there was 60 windows on this, what is now becoming a sort of food train, and you have to catch up with the food train?
Food train is better because that's the problem is there's just the one window. And no one's talking about that.
No one's talking about food train.
No one's talking about how if you had 60 windows, we could all just get our food the moment we want it.
You know what's a
Thank
You know
you.
what's a kick-ass spot that millennials love to go and nosh down at is Amtrak stations. Get there after the big game. Head over there after church. Get to the Amtrak station. Hit up the food train.
Okay, listen, can I hit you guys? Stop the podcast and let's talk about food train for a second,
Okay.
right? What if there was a single train track that wound its way through this great land we called America? And there are food train stops wherever, like all throughout the country, right? But it's just the one train and the one train track. And then when you started to get a line, you have like a single car, right? And people are lining up there at the carnival because it's in town for the carnival that you're having. All events will take place on the food train track, okay? So if the line gets to be more than 2 people in line, another car on the food train comes and joins that one. And all of a sudden you got twice as many windows. No one is waiting. If those people dissipate, the food train goes to the next station where it is needed. Do you understand? It's infinite capacity.
And it only does hamburgers.
You can't special order it.
Yes.
There's just the hamburgers on here, folks.
But they are good hamburgers. Not the
Great
best.
hamburgers.
It's not Burger King. You can't have it your way. You have it train way. That's it. That's the only way available is train
Now,
way.
this idea beats so much ass that it's going to become the only legal way to obtain food. Now, we've entered into a program that I would like to call Snack Piercer. And in this one, you have to live on Burger Train.
You know, you never hear about how these dystopian societies start with a kick-ass idea like food train. They all like maybe it was supposed to be like dope. Like, wouldn't it be cool if we could just watch everybody? Big Brother happens. You know what I mean? But it'd be,
Yeah,
at the
sure.
beginning, it was like that would be cool. Like we could watch everybody and just make sure they don't get into trouble.
It would be so sick if some of us started eating the other ones of us, and then it's like
Whoa.
Walking Dead is like, "Oops, you took it. I didn't mean all of us." Ah, shoot.
Dang it. I stand by food train though. I feel pretty
Don't
good.
stand that
Just need
close to
some
food train.
investors.
The oils, they have hot oils inside, and when
Yeah.
it takes a turn,
That's why only automatons can work on food train.
Yeah.
That thing's
Oh, so
hurtling
now you're
100
giving
miles
away
an hour.
American jobs, Justin?
It's a zero-sum game, Travis. I'm not taking away any jobs. There isn't a food train right now. It's just a zero-sum game.
You are taking away hypothetical jobs.
Dystopian jobs.
Yes.
that these
Now, what I
future
do
dystopian
like
societies need.
is you're also creating American jobs because someone would need to build both the train and the automatons. I like that part.
and destroy
Yes.
so many buildings to make way for the
Also
food train
that.
tracks.
It I estimate to have a train track that weaves its way through our entire country will take, let me just check my math here, 783 years. So there is that.
Especially
Just
because
put it where there are-
especially because it's going to purposefully weave directly through every McDonald's and Burger King that already exists in
Correct.
America.
Also, it's on roads. We got rid of roads, and it's just food train. What about my car? You don't drive cars anymore. The earth is dying.
The train
There's
comes
no
to
cars.
you.
There's just food train. Solar-powered hamburger slinging food train
Yes.
is the future.
Yes.
Get on board now. Literally. But don't get on board because there's hot grease in here.
There's so many moving servos. If you just that's what I'm saying. Don't get too close to a food train because you will be caught up in it like an old-timey industrial worker.
Every surface on food train is a broiler. We couldn't afford to just have every surface
This is a
on there
hot,
cooks food.
wet robot train, and it will annihilate you.
And now you might want to get on because we have bulldozed every forest in America to make way for this train track. We get that.
If-
you want to get on
the-
because it's bad out here. It is a
If the
wasteland.
robots are made of metal, why do we need discrete grills?
Correct.
Do you understand what I'm
They
saying?
are
They're
themselves
cooking it on
the
their
grill.
These hot, sexy robots are grilling the burgers on their chests and peeling them off for you, a delighted carnival
And they're
goer.
peeling them off each other's chests. It's sexy in there. We
It's
get
sexy
why you'd
sauce.
want to get on the train, but do
You gotta
not.
resist the siren song of the robot food train.
If you get on this sexy, hot, wet, greasy train, you will die. Instantly.
I don't know why the scientists made them all look like Mark Ruffalo. I don't understand.
But guys, this sexy burger train will fuck you up, fam.
Listen, the Ruffalo bots are grilling hamburgers on each other's chests and delivering them to your town whether you like it or not. Do not get on this train or you will die. But also do not miss the train because it's the only
It's the
food
only
opportunity
food
you have
that
left.
exists.
This train is delicious and it is uninsured. There will be no one to care for your family. No recompense will be made for your death on
We
food
did
train.
use all of our resources to create both the food train and the Ruffalo bots. Nothing is left for healthcare. We are so sorry, but please enjoy this burger. That's $5.99.
All of our budget goes to food train and war because everybody else hates us for our food train.
Everybody wants our
jealous.
food train. But it's
Jealous.
ours. Now, in the case of a foreign invasion, the Ruffalo bots will militarize. So they will continue making hamburgers, though, so do not fear.
But it's sort of they just see people situation. So it's going to be
that is
it's
going to be bad. That's also going to be bad. At that point, you want to stay away from the train. We are still working on some kind of way of letting you know whether we're in a approach the train or stay away from the train situation. We haven't figured that part out yet.